I had so much fun yesterday that I decided to come back again and do it again today. So let me just do a quick mic check and make sure everything's okay. Alright, seems like everything's okay. Well, welcome back. Second day in a row. If you guys were here yesterday, it's good to see you again. There's one. Good to see ya. Hope you guys are doing well out there. Today was a fun day. We went to the aquarium, saw some fish. That was a good time. Went out to eat. So overall, a pretty positive day. Aside from West Ham getting relegated, that wasn't fun, but it is what it is. I didn't really want to start with this particular part today. I did this off stream yesterday. Once stream ended, I got this added. I didn't really want to do this yet, but I figured I might as well. So, yeah, West Ham. Boo, West Ham. They suck. So, yeah. Figured we could get going on this part first. But yeah, went to the aquarium today. It was fun. It was a good time, and I don't know if I've ever been to an aquarium before. I think I've been to a zoo, but it's been a long time since I've been to a zoo. But we went to the aquarium, saw a lot of really cool fish, aquatic life and such. Some sharks. I always love the sharks. Those are my favorite. Whoa. Yeah, it's coming together. Welcome into the viewers of the stream for a Saturday evening, Saturday night. Hopefully you guys are doing well. I think we're going to get this thing finished up today. We don't have a ton of decals to put on. I'm going to get a different razor blade here, and then we can get into it. See, the reason I didn't really want to do this part on stream is because it has a tendency to get frustrating, because I have to get this cut out here. You can see the back side. Whoops. See the underside there. Got to cut that out and then put it on this piece, which I did that yesterday on that one. I have to touch it up with some paint. So, yeah, I didn't really want to do this part on stream, but I was running a little bit behind. So, and I did yesterday's with a dull razor blade, and that was a stupid decision. So I got a brand new one out today. We'll do this one with a sharp, fresh, brand new blade, which I should probably buy some new ones at some point, but maybe I'll get around to it. Depending upon how the stream goes, I don't know if I'll go too long tonight. Might just do an hour. Maybe an hour and a half if a bunch of people join. We'll see, though. No promises. I think we're down to one. Oh, no, we got two. So, if a bunch of people join and it's a good time, then I'll stay on for a little bit longer. But plan is to get this thing done hopefully tonight, so I can move on to my next project. Which I think my next project is going to be, well, I'm going to be editing the D'Agostini, part 10. So that'll be coming out in the not too distant future. The next build that I think I'm going to be working on, well, I don't really know because I have to finish the decals. I'm working on Jeff Gordon's National Guard cars from 2010, 2009 era, Jeff Gordon. So that's a fun one. The decals, I'm actually a little surprised that I've been able to get the hood decals done so quickly and so well. So that has been good. The rest of the decals, hopefully I can work on as well pretty soon. Get those done. Oh, I gotta put another poll. I gotta put another poll up today. Let me think of that. Whoa, jumped up to 4 viewers. That was cool. Welcome in, everybody. Hopefully you're doing well on this Saturday evening. Just decaling this INDYCAR. But yeah, so I'll put a poll up in a second. The Jeff Gordon decals are for his 2009, 2010 National Guard cars. They were silver and black. And the 2009 ones, they got the color all wrong on the diecast. It's like a gray almost, whereas the real car was silver. And so, and also they only made one of them. Well, technically 3. They made 3 of them. They made the raced version from his Texas win. They made the Youth Challenge, and they made the year of the NCO. But they didn't make the year of the NCO and Elite. And like I said, the color is wrong on all of them. So my plan is to make all 3 of them. Well, let me take that back. My plan is to make all 9 of them. All 9 of the Gordon National Guard cars. It was nationalguard.com, National Guard, well, they're all National Guard, so nationalguard.com, Youth Challenge, Patriot Academy, Year of the NCO, GED Plus, ESGR, Yellow Ribbon, was that 9? Youth Academy, or Youth Challenge, let me see, ESGR, Yellow Ribbon, NCO, nationalguard.com, just a regular National Guard, ESGR, Patriot Academy. Oh man, why am I blanking out on these? At one point I had them all memorized. I haven't worked on those cars in a while. But my plan is to make all 9 of them for my collection, which I'm looking forward to doing. Specifically because once I get the decals done, then I can just get them all printed and work on them. Now, I do have to buy some 2009 donor cars. I have all of the 2010 donor cars, which I thought would be a little bit more difficult to purchase, which is why I bought them first. Because let's see, 4 out of the 5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 4 out of the 5 for 2010 have the spoiler splitter combination instead of the wing splitter combination. So I purchased those diecast a long time ago in anticipation of this build because I figured they'd be hard to come by eventually, which I guess they really haven't been. But yeah, I bought all of those, got those out of the way a long time ago. So that'll be good. That's kind of the next project that I'm going to work on because I've had those cars sitting in there for a while. And now that I have the capability to make my own decals, that helps out. That helps out a ton. So looking forward to that. But let's We'll rescue this decal off of here. And we'll throw this on here. Like I said yesterday, there's going to be some carbon fiber that gets wrapped around these control arm suspension components. And I'll do that at a later date off stream. That'll be kind of difficult. Like I said, I didn't really want to do this part on stream because it is kind of difficult and annoying. But I wasn't able. I set the stream for 8 and I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to be here on time, so I figured I might as well just do it on stream. So like you can see the top of it. The decal doesn't exactly match up there and there. So I'll touch those up later. We'll let that sit for a little bit. But yeah, so we have the stripe down the side with these graphic patterns. Same thing with back here. And then on the driver's side. So that's that. I guess what we could do is I'm going to pop the windshield back out. Because we don't really need it for right now. It looks good. I started off yesterday's stream with the windshield. Turned out good. I have no complaints about it. Oh, this was the other thing. I added the Honda on the front wing with this red off stream yesterday. So I did that. Looks pretty good. This goes underneath here. So that'll be pretty good. And then the only other thing that I'll probably do off stream is the Honda that goes down the side pod, because it crosses over this piece. So I just have to make sure that there's no issues with that. But for today, now that we got these two side pieces on, we'll do these middle pieces. Oh, and I might do the mirrors. I'll probably do the mirrors off stream as well. Yeah, we'll probably do that. But for right now, we got these pieces, so it's hard to do this and show you guys. So let's see. Yeah, hold on. Shark bait. I'm hoping this car turns out pretty good. But I'm glad that you guys are here on a Saturday evening. The last weekend before I have to go back to work next week. Not entirely looking forward to that. Oh, messed that up a bit. See, this is the exact reason why I didn't want to work on it now. Because trying to hold it out to show you guys is a nightmare for me. Yeah, I looked it up. I looked it up during the season because I was a little more interested in INDYCAR than NASCAR. I don't remember off the top of my head. It's... well, that's annoying. Okay. Well, you're just going to go down here. Get cut like that. It looks like it would be 200 mile an hour. It is. It is a 200 mile an hour car. It's more than that. At Indy, they go 235, I think was the qualifying speed this year. 236. That was average. I think they were hitting 240 going into the turns. I don't exactly 100% remember, so don't quote me on that. But I feel like they were hitting 240 going into the turns off the main stretches, the front stretch and the back stretch. So, all right. Now that we got that on there, all right. So that's good. That was a little annoying piece. I was gonna try and take it out and put it there, but it's glued into place, and I didn't really want to mess with that. So I did not. I don't think. Oh no, we'll need the razor blade here shortly. All right, so I have on my other screen the pictures of everything pulled up. So we have this little Andretti logo. Let's try and put this in the middle. This little Andretti. Oh yeah, these things are fast. The Andretti logo goes on the silver part, which is cool. Oh yeah, I gotta make a poll. Start a poll. Let's see. I don't have a good question. Oh, I got one. Wrong computer. There. Okay. There's the poll question. Bam. All right, so for the 3 of you guys watching, there's the poll question. This vehicle? No, unless you call Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course Hoth. I wouldn't think you've seen it. It does look like a land speeder. Once it's all done, I'll have a video of it, and you guys will see that it's actually an INDYCAR. Oops. But we got the Andretti logo. Focus. The Andretti logo there. We have these main decals down the middle. Hey, we have 1 vote. 1 person has been to the aquarium. An aquarium. I thought it was fun. It wasn't like the biggest aquarium in the world, but it was still pretty cool. I had a good time. Four viewers now. We're breaking all sorts of records on the channel today, everybody. Not really, but we're still having fun with it. Okay. I don't really know what kinetic vision is. Or Gainbridge. Dallara makes the chassis. NTT is the INDYCAR. Honda, obviously. So yesterday, when we were talking about the INDYCAR that goes on the windshield, this part here, see how that INDYCAR is in black? That's supposed to be white. I already went and changed the decals. I fixed them if I ever were to make another one of these. But what I'll probably end up doing is I will get, undoubtedly in the near future, I will be ordering more decals. So I'll just throw those on another sheet when I order them, and then I'll put it on the car after the fact and throw some floor wax clear over top of it just to seal it in place. But right now we're slapping some nose decals on, which there's this little ridge going down the top of the nose. Kind of annoying, but also kind of helps me center everything. So there's that. It looks pretty centered. What do you guys think? It's kind of an optical illusion, the way that the light hits it. But if you look at it kind of down the nose, it's all centered. And then Kyle Kirkwood's number is 27. So we'll put this circular 27 up here. Kind of the same deal. Centered on the car around this ridge. And actually, let's see, it's pretty close to the top. Something like that. Add a little decal softener to get it to, or setting solution to get it to snuggle around that middle ridge. It looks a little bit too far over to the left. We'll try repositioning it a little bit. I think that looks better. Again, it's kind of hard to tell. It's a little bit of an optical illusion with that ridge in the center. Which when I'm done, I'll probably take a black Sharpie and just run down the top of it, because the actual one is on the real car is black. I think also part of the optical illusion is the fact that the numbers get cut out by the sides, which is a part of the real car. So that was not something that I made a mistake on actually, or did unintentionally. That was a part of it. All right, so that looks pretty good, pretty centered up. It looks a little off center because of the way that the 2 and the 7 are, just the numbers themselves. But yeah, it looks good. Again, this is my car, so I don't know. I hate to say that I'm not overly concerned with the exactness of it, but I don't know. This is one that I just want to get done and off of my workbench, my table. So yeah, that looks pretty good. Next, we'll do these decals that run down the sides underneath the nose. Throw these on. Two votes. 2 people have been on a trip to the aquarium, so that's good. Today was my first trip to the aquarium. It was a good time. I enjoyed it. Back-to-back lives, 2 days in a row. That's pretty fun. Ooh, 300. We hit 380 subscribers today. That's exciting. I don't know how to play. Maybe I'll have to look for like confetti animations or something. Oh, in case you guys are wondering, this is the car we're building. I know, shocker. This is what we were building yesterday. We're finishing it up today. So right now, if you look at the nose under the red and white stripe, we're doing those decals, those black decals that are in the gray. I know it's kind of hard to see, but they go right down here. So that's what we're doing next. This YouTube thing's kind of fun. You know, just come out here, hang out with you guys, chill for a little bit, throw some decals on the car. I guess in the chat I could put confetti. Confetti, 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 confetti. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I just put a bunch of... Hey, there's someone else did that. Unless that was one of mine. I don't know. But yeah, 380 subscribers. That's pretty fun. We're getting there. I don't really have like a set goal. I guess my goal might be to get to 500 by the end of this year. And maybe it would be nice to get like 10, on average, 10 people watching a stream. I think that the streams might pick up a little bit once the actual season starts. I'm going to try to watch as much NASCAR as I can, or as much NASCAR as I can stomach, I guess. And I'm going to try to go live every Sunday after the races. And then I'll also probably talk about INDYCAR. Obviously, I'll talk about Xfinity or the O'Reilly series, as well as the trucks. I'll maybe I'll go live after the 24-hour race of Daytona for IMSA. That's got to be coming up soon. I haven't really been paying attention to the motorsports world. Most of my attention's been kind of on the Premier League and the goings-ons with that. Today we went to the aquarium, so I didn't really pay much attention to the Premier League. I know West Ham got smoked by the worst team in the league, which was fun. But yeah, other than that, we're in motorsports off season. So yeah, these decals, they're kind of hard to see. Unveil a new format. Braden, I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. Yeah, okay, so I know somebody on the inside, let's say. Just a team member. He's not like an executive or anything. He's just one of the crew members. And thanks. He said that it's going to be a 3-3-4. Which, if they do a 3-3-4, I feel like that is not a solution to the problem. And it's just going to perpetuate the problem and continue it. So I guess we'll see. He said they're planning on 3-3-4, and that's super disappointing for me. Personally, I want full 36 race points format, full season points, no playoffs, nothing like that. But I would be willing to compromise to a chase format, 10 races. I don't like it, but after the shenanigans that NASCAR has pulled and continues to pull, I'll I will probably, I don't even want to say it, a 10 race would be an okay compromise for me personally, but I still don't want that. So yeah, I mean, it will be what it will be. There's really nothing I can do about it. Complaining about it's obviously not going to help. The thing is like, I want to try and stream more. I want to try and engage with the community a little bit more and continue to work on cars. So I feel like the best way to do that is to do them after the race weekends, Sundays. The problem is I'm not looking forward to the race weekends. What I will be working on will more than likely be non-modern NASCARs, unless, and I know tonight's an INDYCAR stream, so it's a little bit different, but unless they go and, you know, go for a full 36 race format, but I can't see that happening. I hope he's wrong, my buddy. I hope that he's wrong about them going to the 3-3-4, but I think he's probably right. But they haven't decided yet, allegedly, so we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I'm more excited for the O'Reilly series. I'm probably going to watch every single one of those races. If I can help it. So my knowledge of those will probably be better. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have faith in NASCAR leadership. That's the biggest problem. Like my faith in their ability to, or my faith in their decision making and ability to make decisions that will propel the sport forward is so gone. Recently, I've been watching a lot of races from 2009, 2010 era. That's kind of a little bit why I'm back in the I want to make Jeff Gordon cars mode, because I have been watching those old races. And man, it's insane to see how far NASCAR has fallen in this time frame. They had practice, they had qualifying, they had final practice, they had happy hour, and Vody on YouTube, he has uploaded all of those, and that dude, props to him, he's a true historian. He has saved a lot of information from the late 2000s NASCAR, and those races were fun to watch. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of those, and they do have the phantom debris cautions. Oh no, my camera's gonna go. Man, I hardwired it in today. Dang it, that's annoying. I'm working on getting a new camera or a new setup. It is back though. But yeah, so Vody, he's posted that I think his first race started in 06. He has 06, all of 07, all of 08, 09, 10. He's like halfway through 2010. I think he just got to the Coke 0600, and I haven't watched that race yet. But I love the fact that he's doing it because it's all high definition, and so that's going to help out. I cannot wait until he posts Loudon, the second Loudon race. So it'd be the first race of the chase, because that was a race that Jeff Gordon ran his National Guard car in. Here, I'll pull this. It was these cars. These were the National Guard cars. And so they had honoring families. They had Facebook. Find us on Facebook, and then over 150 career fields or something. And then National Guard was like a main one. And then they had some different things on the deck lid and some different things on the TV panel, and some of them had different cameras and stuff like that. So these are what I'll be making. So we'll be doing streams of these, I'm sure, later this year. But I have no idea. I cannot find a picture or anything for the deck lid for that Loudon 2 car, the first race of the Chase Loudon car. And I think that you can see it in the race, but anybody that's uploaded that race is like 440 or what is it? Whatever, the lower, let's see, 144, 360. Maybe it is 440. Not maybe 720. I don't know, but whatever it is, it's a low quality, and I cannot make out what's on the back deck lid. So I'm super excited for him to do that because I'm gonna make these cars. When Vody came on a scene, it was amazing seeing the talent. Oh, the Gen 4 era. I grew up watching those races. I started watching like pretty consistently in 2004. A little bit before that, like 2003, 2002, but not like every week. But 04 was like my first year that I watched a lot that I kind of remember. I went to my first race in 2004, and then 2005 and 6 and so on, we went consistently. But yeah, seeing the end of the Gen 4 era, man, those cars were awesome. They raced great. They looked like race cars. And that's the other thing, like as ugly as the COT is and how bad it raced compared to the Gen 4, like I would take a COT race over the next gen era every day of the week right now. And that's what I think the Xfinity cars are, or the O'Reilly cars. I got to get used to saying that. They are the closest thing to the old NASCAR that we have at the moment. And the racing's good. The series is just fun. I enjoy that series more so than the Cup series. But yeah, it's fun going back and watching the old races. There's no stage breaks, no stage cautions. They talk more about the racing than they do about the playoffs and the point system. They mention it some, but it's not in your face overwhelming like every minute of the broadcast. This is a cool part of the car. So inside the halo of the windscreen, they have a bunch of decals. So I got those printed and added. But yeah, the amount of times they talk about the playoffs and the races today, it just takes away. It's just so annoying. But yeah, so it was nice. They did mention the chase, but it wasn't overbearing. It wasn't like you constantly had to talk about it. They would talk a little bit about points, but it wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't in your face like it is today. And they just seemed to overall care more about the broadcast. Fox, TNT, NBC, ESPN, they just seemed to care more about NASCAR. Now it doesn't seem like the networks even care. And I didn't really want to get into a NASCAR rant today. But yeah, when you go back and you watch those old races from that time period, it really, really hurts even more seeing what the product is, not only on track, but on broadcast today. It's just so disheartening. It's kind of like most things these days. Like growing up, our family went to Disney all the time, and just, I don't know. Disney's kind of the same way. They relaxed a lot of their standards, and it's not the same. We went back a couple years ago, and a lot of stuff that there used to be in the parks they took out, and a lot of perks that they had before for being guests they got rid of, and I don't know. MRN, the Motor Racing Network? Where do you see MRN? Did I say MRN? Oh, MRN would have been a radio broadcast. Honestly, and maybe this is why I've always liked the radio broadcast, they've always been good. I remember listening to PRN and MRN back in the day, and those broadcasts were always good. They didn't really, I mean, obviously a big part of it is it's non-visual, like you're not watching the race. so you can't see what's going on the track, but they would always paint a pretty good picture. And I don't think their quality has suffered as much as the television broadcasts have. I think the TV broadcast quality has suffered significantly compared to the radio broadcast. And I get it, they're two totally different worlds. You can't, it's like comparing apples to oranges. They're not exactly the same. But I feel like the radio broadcasts, the quality hasn't dwindled as much as the TV product. So, yeah, this wasn't really meant to be a NASCAR complaining stream. But Fox is in control of INDYCAR now, and it seemed like the broadcast was okay for the couple races I watched this year. But it is Fox, and I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of faith in those guys either. MRN, Motor Racing Network. I feel like Prime was the only true great product this year. It's crazy. Yeah. I actually didn't watch Michigan because I was there. I did watch the 600. I'm trying to think what were the other races that were on that network that were on that channel. It's not even a channel. Service. I thought they were pretty good. I thought the best was who had Xfinity? It was the CW. I thought they did the best out of the options. Fox with the Truck Series is just an absolute disaster. Like, I don't even want to talk about that. That just annoys me. They don't even send their people to the track half the time. It doesn't seem like. I want to say the CW might have done that a couple times too, but it just like this. It seemed like the CW cared a little bit more. But yeah, there's the Halo decals. So pretty cool addition. But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what Fox does with IndyCar next year. I feel like NBC did okay. But yeah, nothing like some of the old races. And it's funny because every era says that they have the best era of NASCAR. Right? The 80s and the 80s, 70s and 80s, people are like, oh, that was when NASCAR was at its peak. And then you have the 90s and the early 2000s. You're like, no, that was peak NASCAR. And then I don't know if people from the 2010s say that they had peak NASCAR, but yeah, I still contend. I am of the persuasion that probably the late 90s, early 2000s was the best era of NASCAR for driving talent, for personality, for the racing on-track product, for everything like that. I think that was the peak, the best of entertainment, as well as just overall quality. But again, looking back at the 2009 and 2010 seasons, I mean, they weren't that bad. The races were interesting. I know what made them forgettable or the seasons bad was the fact that Jimmy Johnson won 5 titles in a row. Like, to this day, I still hate that. And actually, I know a few people that have said to me, they're like, yeah, I used to be big into NASCAR, but when Jimmy was winning everything, it just made it boring. It was predictable. Like, and most of that falls on the fact that the format was what it was. They were really good at the end of the season at 1.5 miles and the short tracks. You know, that's just what it was. So they played the system well. You know, props to them for doing that. But yeah, I don't know. It made for a very uninspiring end of the season. And NASCAR would go toe-to-toe with NFL early on in the 2000s. So it's not like they couldn't hold their own. It's just every single year when you know what's going to happen. Jimmy Johnson's going to win the title. Ooh, okay. What's the point of watching? You know it's going to happen because their best tracks are at the end of the season. So, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, going back and watching the races, the racing was actually pretty good. And, you know, the debris cautions were stupid, obviously. But, yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully they do not go for the 3-3-4 next year. I really, really hope they don't. I have a feeling they're going to, though. Like, they just don't learn anything. And they're never willing to admit that they're wrong. That's the biggest thing that I hate about NASCAR is they won't admit that they're wrong. This next-gen car has been, in my opinion, a huge downgrade from the Gen 6. But NASCAR doesn't care. So they're just going to keep... And they haven't made changes. That's the crazy thing, too. Like, if I'm thinking about it, they brought the COT in 07, which was garbage. They iterated on it, and they changed it from... They did some small tweaks in 07 to 08 to 09. But in 2010, they went away from the spoiler, or from the wing, and they brought back the spoiler. And then in 2011, they got rid of the front splitter and went to a closed splitter. And I thought 2011 and 2012 were the best years of the COT. And then 2013, they brought the new car, the Gen 6. That car raced like trash that year. Then in 2014, they added horsepower to it, took away some downforce. 2014 was one of my favorite years. And then they neutered that car and took horsepower out of it and added a lot of downforce to it in 2015. So, you know, it just... all in the name of bringing in another manufacturer, which didn't even happen. They lost Dodge. Somebody hasn't been to an aquarium. Well, whoever that person was that said no to the aquarium, I hope one day you will get to an aquarium. Because it was cool. I had a lot of fun. And if you guys have just joined the stream or haven't voted on the poll, check it out. Take a second to click yes or no to see if you have or have not been to an aquarium. Because today was my first time at one, and I thought it was really cool. I thought it was neat. So, yeah. Anyway, we're going to be adding these gray stripes. So on this car, it's kind of neat. The fuel door is ambidextrous. So you can pop it out and put it on this side, depending upon the track that they ran it at. But this one obviously is on the passenger side of the car. So we have it there. Pop that in like that. We'll put some decals on it. And then what I'll do is I'll paint it. I'll clear it, then glue it in once we're all done. So yeah, this thing's coming together nicely. It's 8:52, so yeah, probably go for another half hour or so. I really wanted to get most of the actual car decals done. I'll do the tires probably just off stream, I guess. We'll see about getting... Well, probably not this one. So I probably won't do that on stream. Because these get added to this body pan, and there's carbon fiber on there. So I have to do the carbon fiber off stream here. Here's the carbon fiber sheet. So I'll add that off stream to this. And then I'll add the decals on top of it. We probably won't do this Honda on stream. And that one because I'm going to have to cut part of the car. That we could do. I might wait to do... Well, no, we'll do that. All right. Today's been all right. It hasn't been like the most people in. But anyway, what I was getting back to, or what I was talking about a long time ago was, I think I would like to have like my goal is to hit 500 subscribers by the end of this year, probably. And then I would like to have I'm thinking I would like to have my live streams hit like an average concurrent viewer of 10. I think that's kind of my goal. I think that would be fun to have 10 people in every stream. Double digits would just be neat, just for a personal thing. Like there's no really rhyme or reason, but I think by the end of the year, by December of 2026, I think it would be cool to have 500 subscribers on the channel and 10, on average, 10 concurrent viewers per stream. So we'll see. We'll see. That means I'm gonna have to put some work into the channel, though. Which I can do. This part's pretty cool. This gray stripe that goes down the side of the car transitions the red and the white. Goes over the fuel door. Like I said a couple times before, I really like this paint scheme. Livery, whatever they call it. The colors are cool on it. I guess I failed to mention that there was also gray. So it's red, white, black, and gray. Which is a really cool combination. I like it. So I'll have to cut this out later. But for right now, we'll just do that. Do you guys like this view, or is it too far away? Like if I zoomed it in, it might be too close. I need to find a happy medium. Oh no, that's annoying. Look at that. The decal ripped. So we'll have to fix that. Up here. Also, do you guys like the symphony music in the background? It's a little bit different than what we normally have. Tried changing it up a bit. Oh, there goes the camera. No. Alright, it looks like I'm in the market for a new camera. Dang, that's annoying. I hardwired it in today. I used the USB. Looks good on the big screen. Well, that's good. Alright, so we're going to have to grab this piece. Add some water. Come on. we go. Oh, it's over. All right. Grab this piece and reconnect it over here. The variety I play. Not a whole lot of variety right now. This is just Mozart's 18th, or Symphony number 38, I mean. All right. So that looks pretty good. Hide our paint line. You know what I might do? I might actually hit it with the... Okay, let's go back to full screen since the camera came back. Real fine details. I might just hit this with the heat gun just to dry it out. Yeah, the picture's from Mid-Ohio. It's not my picture. I got it offline, the internet. But that is in the keyhole going into the hairpin turn, if you've ever been there. Which I think you have been. But I don't think we actually saw that part of the track. So we'll cut this in this body line. Just like that. All right. I'm going to hit this with the heat gun, so I'm going to mute it here in a second, just so that we can dry it out and fill in all the spots. All right, so let me mute this really quick. Ah, the camera died anyway. What a disaster. That was the word of the stream yesterday, was disaster. Looks like it continues on to today. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut this out. No, I'm not. I'm going to let that dry more. Actually, this I probably could have. It's about a blade's width. We'll do that. Throw this on here. All right, so yeah, I'll probably only go maybe another half hour. We'll get most of these decals finished up on here. That'll give us a good gauge. Then it might take me like 1 or 2 more weeks to get this car completely done. And I'll be sure to post it on the channel. You guys will see it, the finished product. Don't you worry. All right, so since the camera's back, we'll go back to here. Oh my goodness, the camera's gone again. This is so stupid. Okay, it's back. Low tier YouTuber. That's what you guys get here. Scraping the bottom of the barrel for all 4 of you here watching. This is annoying too, because I have to concentrate, and I like concentrating on the decals, but I'd like to talk to you guys while I'm doing this. Also, the chat's not really rolling too much, so there's not a ton to talk about. Ooh, somebody else voted in the poll that they have been to an aquarium, so that's cool. Good job. Keep up the votes. I don't think we got anybody new, but that looks pretty good. So let's just lock it in place here. Yeah, hopefully you guys are having a decent Saturday night yourselves out there. Back-to-back days that I'm streaming because I want to get this car done, because I want to move on to my next projects, which are my Jeff Gordon. Well, I got some D'Agostini model editing to do, which hopefully I get that out to you guys next week. Next Sunday is my goal for that one. I try to release those on Sundays around 5 o'clock. So hopefully I can do that for next Sunday. I have all of the video done. The parts of the car are all added and put together. I just have to edit the video itself. I'm just going to use this piece from the other side. To the other side. So yeah, that's all done. Yeah, aquariums are cool. I agree. I went to one today for the first time, and it was fun. I'm not even gonna mess with that. But yeah, I hope to have the D'Agostini done for next week, and then I'll be working on some other decals. I do have Ross Chastain decal that I'm working on. I don't know. We're all waiting. Yeah, I know. I know. Everybody likes the D'Agostini videos. Not too many people like some of the other ones. Each video gets, I don't know, between 40 and 50 views, which is still good. But nothing crazy. The D'Agostinis are consistently in the 200s. But yeah, so I'm really excited to get the next one out. It's a pretty cool one. I'm excited to get the, I don't know if I should focus on the Jeff Gordon cars or the Ross Chastain truck. Probably the Gordon cars. Not that I don't like Ross, but Gordon was my driver. And I'm getting all nostalgic watching these old races. So I'll probably work on those more. I do like doing the decal work. It is huge. It's the biggest model I've ever built. I don't know if you'd really call it a model, but it's the biggest. Yeah, I guess you can call it a model. Biggest model I've ever built. And it's a lot of fun to put together. It's frustrating at times, but it's a lot of fun to put together. It seems like, oh man, there goes the camera again. It seems like we've had quite a few people jump in and out tonight. We're up to 28 views on this stream, so that's fun. On a couple occasions, we've had 6 people jump in, which is pretty neat. I'm gonna go on mute real quick and air gun this. But yeah, so there's our gray line. The fuel inlet goes over here. It's this thing here. So that'll actually go in that spot. Like that, pretty much. I knew I shouldn't have done that. Yeah. So that'll cover up that mess. Okay. Should I do these streams like a Bob Ross painting stream one day? Just like, and we're just gonna add some happy decals here. Just gonna take our. You would probably go. Yeah. I'd like to. We have a Camaro that I'd like to finish building one of these days. That'd be nice. Okay, driver's side. Driver's side number. It's funny to say drivers and passenger sides for these cars because there really is no... The driver sits centrally in the car, right? So there is no driver's side, technically. But yeah, I'd like to finish that Camaro one of these days. I built a model of it. All right, so 27 on the driver's side. Over the air scoop, the headrest. It's not an air scoop, it's a headrest. Although it might suck air down into the engine through there. Probably does. I should know more about INDYCAR, but alas, I don't. Okay. This car's looking awesome. I can't wait to get it all together. Bob Ross rules. Bob Ross rules. Yeah. I can't wait to get this thing all done and get all the decals on it and get all the wings and everything put back together. Oh yeah, we'll do this decal. This decal I designed, like I drew myself this electric E looking thing. That was a fun one to do. I'm gonna keep this around just in case. Oh, bye camera. Take care. It was good knowing you. Will it come back? We're back. Highest grade YouTuber out there. YouTuber. It's funny. But anyway, yeah, this car, it's turning out awesome. I cannot wait to get it cleared. Throw all the pieces back onto it. Would you recommend to make a diecast? Well, with the amount of projects I currently have going on, I'm not really taking requests, unfortunately. And then the season's starting back up, so probably not, I'm gonna say. Would I recommend... Oh, who would you recommend? I mean, you can do it. You can... Now, this process that I'm doing is a little bit more official. I don't have time to just make a bunch of diecasts for everybody. Like I said, I got a lot of projects that I myself have to catch up on, so... there's a couple other ones out there. I know... who's CPK Diecast, I think, on Twitter. Race Car Graveyard, I think, is another one that's on Twitter. Who else? I'm trying to think who else. There's quite a few other people out there that make a lot more cars than I do and have probably a lot more time than I do to make cars. So off the top of my head, those are two that I can think of. I would try reaching out to them. I've never had any direct contact with either of them. I just see their stuff all the time. Oh, there goes the camera again. And so they seem to do a pretty good job with their cars. But yeah, I've personally never had any direct interaction with them, but they seem to do a pretty good job. Let me just look. I think it's CPK Diecast. Let me see. CPK Diecast. Yeah, okay, so that's one. And what's the other one? I think the other one is Race Car Graveyard. Yeah, Race Car Graveyard. So I know those two guys, they make a lot of customs. They clearly have way more time than I do, because I don't have the time to make as many cars as they do. So yeah, I would try reaching out to them. Again, I have no affiliation with either, so I can't tell you one thing or another, but that would be my suggestion. Nice racing. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. You've missed my camera dying multiple times throughout the stream, so that's been fun. I'm probably going to get something new. I tried hardwiring it in today, and that didn't work, so that's fun. What else? I would make you a diecast, but it wouldn't be very good. Or, yeah, nice racing. You could reach out to him. He's starting to dip his toes into the custom diecast realm. So he's starting with some Jeremy Clements cars. I mean, maybe you guys could work together to figure something out. Which I've been meaning to ask him if he has worked on his car at all lately. I know you got some decals, and in the stream yesterday you were asking me some things about it. So, well, first of all, it's good to see you here. I hope you're doing well. And second of all, yeah, I mean, those would be the two that I would suggest or recommend. Okay, I have seen a few. Yeah, I mean, reach out to him. The worst he could say is no, right? And maybe he could recommend somebody else. I don't know. To be honest with you, I'm not too far into the custom diecast online community. I kind of do my own thing, kind of work on my own stuff. I'm kind of in my own little bubble when it comes to that sort of thing, as well as Rickiston. Okay. Did they turn out well? I know last time we talked, you were still trying to figure out the kinks a little bit, figure out the methods and everything. And no, I think you said you got some water slide decals last time. So that's exciting. Hopefully that's going well for you. We'll get the Kyle Kirkwood branding on the door here. The name rail. See, and we're back up at 6 people watching. I don't think having 10 by the end of the year is that unachievable of a goal. Yeah, thanks. Test customs. You want to see some of my test customs from back in the day? I'll pull them out here. Give me 1 second. I have them in this drawer in my desk. So give me one second, and I can pull out some of my old customs that I first started with many, many years ago. You also have to remember that when I first started watching NASCAR, it was 2003, 4-ish era. So much different. But let me get those as soon as I get this decal take the water off of it. James, I think. Yeah. Sarcasm detected in the chat. Sarcasm has been detected. Okay, here is... Listen, I still have 1, 2, like 24 of these cars to make, so I had to take a break from making them because I was getting kind of annoyed. Here's an old one. Here's an old one. Here's an old one. Here's an old one. Time is a very valuable resource, and I don't have a ton of it. This would probably be one of the first ones ever. This was Michael Waltrip's, obviously, Napa car from 2002, 2000, what is this? 2001, hand painted. It's something. It's definitely something. Hand painted. Very nice. So we'll set that one over there. Then we had this one, which was, I don't even know what decals these were, but they were very flaky. And like you can see, they flaked all off the bottom and off the side. This was like 2009. I think this is 2009. So highest quality. Actually, we'll take a step back because I think this one was 2006. This was before I had decals. So I went hand painting. Then I went to printing off decals. This is just normal printer paper. Normal, printer paper, copy paper. I did that also with this car. This 26. And then I finally got into decals. So it was a long, windy road to get to where I am today, where I can design my own decals now with the software that I found and apply water slide decals to whatever car I want. Girl that I'm friends with on TikTok wanted to make me a new paint scheme that matched whatever car. I mean, that would be cool. I don't have TikTok. I have my opinions about that particular app. There's a reason there aren't too many shorts on my channel. I don't really like the short form algorithm stuff, but it's pretty popular these days, and unfortunately people's attention spans are quite a bit shorter because of stuff like that. But I appreciate you guys sticking around, hanging out for a little bit. I like design decals. I would be better at that than make customs. Yeah, I like doing that work as well. Like I said, I did all the work for this car. Like this shell decal, I could not find a clear image of it, so I made it based off the real one with vectors and all that kind of stuff and shapes. So I did like the design aspect of it, which is what I'm most excited for working on the Jeff Gordon cars. But yeah, designing them is fun. I will say that. I do like doing that. I also wanted to ask if you ever got a hold of Jeremy Clements. I know you were talking about it a couple streams ago. Actually, it was probably last month before Christmas. If you ever got, because I think you said you're out by like Phoenix or something, building kits and selling them. Yeah, like plastic model kits. Those are pretty fun. I don't have the time to commit to building plastic model kits anymore. But those are pretty cool. The plastic model kits are cool. I can send you a picture of the paint scheme. You're never going to use it. Well, that's not very nice. That is kind of funny, though. Yeah, so we got... No, you can't even see it. We got the Kirkwood underneath the fins. I mean, yeah, you can send it to me if you want. It's kind of funny. I do not have a TikTok. I don't even really like having Twitter. Sometimes it's fun, but a lot of times it's not. Today was a fun day on Twitter because West Ham lost to the worst team in the Premier League. And they looked atrocious. Talked to Casey Mears during championship. I always liked Casey Mears. I finally got a signed 124. Dang, look at you guys go. You're talking to Casey Mears, a classic driver from when I grew up watching, and then you're getting a signed Jeremy Clements 124 scale car. That's so cool. Look at you guys go. Hot pink. A buddy of mine really likes hot pink stuff. He's kind of goofy, but he likes like highlighter green and hot pink and more like snot green, I guess I would call it. And purple. He's a goofball. He knows. But yeah, that's super cool. If you want to send it to me on Twitter, DM me the picture of it. That'd be pretty sweet. I'd like to see. Hot pink on black. That's true. There was a car that I made, an Xfinity car. It was like a hot pink, and it was hot pink. All the decals are hot pink, and it was like a black base color. That looked pretty cool. But I agree. It's a pretty neat look. We're getting down to it. I don't have a Twitter. That's all right. You could just tell me what car it is and I could look it up, because I don't think he had a lot of paint schemes that were produced. The only black on it is the black Kubota sponsor. Do you guys want to see a cool Kubota car that I have? Sound like he's a wizard. No, it's actually not the wizard. It's the one who makes fun of the wizard. Funnily enough. That's a funny phrase. Funnily enough. Oh, why didn't I see that before? So these decals are slightly wrong. Let me know if you guys want to see the Kubota car, because I'll go get it. It's sitting right over there in that case. All right. I'll just cut those on the car. Look up 2020 light blue car. Okay. All right, let's see. I could even... This might crash my computer, but we'll see. We'll see. Jeremy. I want to see it. Okay, I'll get it. Jeremy Clements 2022. Okay, let's see here. Okay, we have a couple options. Oh, it's probably this one. You said light blue. It's probably this one. Ah, there goes my camera. Is it the all South electric? Probably. We gotta get his race version, his race win. Alright, we'll go back to this. Well, my camera's still freaking out. Now this is the only Kubota car I have in my collection. No, the camera. Why is this so annoying? I'm just trying to have an entertaining time with the chat. You gotta open up GoFundMe. Yeah, I know. You don't have to tell me. Unfortunately, you can't really see the Kubota because there's a lot of confetti on it. I guess you can see it on the side. But yeah, Ross's Kansas win last year. Wait, was it last year? Yeah, it was 2024. No, actually, this might have been 2023. No, this was 2024. Really? Couldn't have been. I don't even remember. Maybe this was 2024. No. Yeah, okay. This was 2024. I remember now. Whatever. But, yeah, I remember him and Byron were dueling it out at the end of that race. So it was kind of like a win-win / lose-lose for me because both of those two guys are my favorite drivers. So if Ross won, I was going to buy a car. If Byron won, I was going to buy a car. If they took each other out, I wouldn't have bought either car, but I would have been pretty disappointed in the outcome. So, yeah, that's the only Kubota car that I have. I have a Rhodes 2022 championship win. I've probably saw that Ben Rhodes car in person because ThorSport is like an hour away from my house. I've seen ThorSport in person before, so that was pretty neat. They didn't do an open house this year. At least I don't think they did. Powered by Honda. All right, so this. Braden, you are 1,000% right. I don't mean to brag, but I also was able to get the gold version of that car. I'm very much looking forward to it. All right, nice. Who's your favorite driver in 2026? I'm guessing it's Jeremy Clements, but I could be wrong. Well, that's pretty neat. Penske Museum. But yeah, I am so excited about the Coke 600 win. That was another one. Ross and Byron. Byron led like, I don't know, 90% of the laps or whatever, or was up in the top two for like 90% of the race and just lost it at the end. Super disappointing. But the Ross car, you're right, is going to look cool. Jimmy Johnson in Cup. Yeah, I mean, I don't see him winning. There goes my camera again. I don't see him winning, but, you know, crazier things have happened, I guess. But yeah, I'm super excited about Ross's 600 win car. That was such a cool race. I was heartbroken for Byron. Really sucked that he couldn't win, but Ross winning it was sweet. All right, so it's 9:30. we'll go for another, maybe another 15 or so minutes. Throw this big Honda decal on the side pod. Jimmy Johnson in cup. Jimmy Johnson, boom, confetti. If you guys remember that commercial. I'm Jimmy Johnson, boom, confetti. Now this car is finally starting to look more like a race car with all the decals on it. And we're up to 6 people. So if you guys haven't voted, check out the poll. If you've been to an aquarium or haven't, vote in the poll. Today was my first trip to an aquarium, and it was fun. I had a lot of fun. We took our daughter, and we carried her through, and she was pointing at all the fishies. She was looking at all of them, and she liked most of them. There were a few that she didn't like. She kind of like shied away from some of them, but she liked most of them. She had a good time. I think everybody had a good time. It was fun. The aquarium, I would recommend, if you haven't been to an aquarium, check it out. They even had like poison dart frogs, which was neat. They had, which aren't technically aquatic, I guess, but they live in the rainforest, and there was some rainforest stuff there. Let's see. So this goes, yeah, like that. So it's at the bottom of that one. That one. Okay. Sent you the picture of the car. All right, I'll check it out after the stream. We're proud of our partnership with Jimmy Johnson. Proceeds to leave 4 years later. Yeah, I think that was... I don't think it was necessarily like a decision that they didn't like Jimmy. I think it was just the time where a lot of major sponsors were done with NASCAR. You saw Lowe's leave. You saw... M&M's leave. You saw what's the other one? I mean, FedEx just left. Like, there are a lot of big sponsors that have gone and haven't come back. So I think it's more of a sign of the times thing than they didn't like Jimmy. But I mean, that could have played part into it. Huge aquariums. I went to that one in the bathroom. That's a pretty neat design. You know, that was one thing that I really liked about the aquarium, is it was very themed. I love things that people take time to theme. And I mean, I can attribute that mostly to growing up going to Disney almost every year. I love things where theming is prevalent and there's time taken to make everything look a specific way, and the different perspectives, and you know, making like, if you guys saw the basement video, this whole brick wall that's on the side, like, we took the time to paint every individual brick. And so, you know, stuff like that where effort is taken to make it look really cool. I love stuff like that, and I thought the aquarium, they did a really good job of that today. So that was cool. Hello Kitty did buy was able design do limit on the shapes. Yeah, I've never seen Hello Kitty. I don't really know much about that. I feel like that would fit in with the pink theme, though. So this is powered by Honda as well. Like a Jeff Gordon themed basement. You are absolutely right. If you couldn't tell, I spent a lot of time on the basement. One of these days I'm going to sell this house and be sad, but then I'll have a barn where I can put all my stuff in. That'll be fun. But yes, we spent a lot of time on this basement, and I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. Yeah, but it's a car that a girl designed. Maybe she likes you. You never know. This Honda decal has to go down ever so slightly on the back side of it. It's a little too high. All right, we'll go to 10 o'clock tonight. Since are you guys having fun in the chat? I'm enjoying your company. You seem to be having a good time. So we'll go to 10. Probably, but I don't know. The age-old question. Absolutely. All right, cool. That's fine. Because if we get all these decals on the car, we can work on the tires. So we have all these tire decals. Actually, maybe I'll add these loops around the mirrors, and then we'll move on to the tires. Keep you guys entertained for the next 20 minutes. The more decals I add to this car, the cooler it gets, and I like it. So that's good. I would only hope that would be the case. But yeah, we'll go to 10. I got the green light from the missus, so we'll hang out here a little bit longer. I've never built a Honda before. These are the first times. One of my goals also, maybe not this year, maybe next year, because I think we might be out of town for the Mid-Ohio race, is to get Kyle Kirkwood to sign this thing. I think that would be pretty awesome. Because I checked, and it didn't look like they made any of his cars. So it would be a really cool thing to take this to him. Be like, hey, can you sign this car? And he'd be like, what the heck? I didn't know they made that car. I'm like, they didn't. I did. Or, I don't really... See, that's the thing. I don't really chase autographs. I mean, you guys probably saw, if you've been on the channel for a little bit, you saw the Watkins Glen video where I got Ross to sign the car that I made my sister and I. So that's like the only time I've ever ran down a driver or chased him down or anything to get an autograph. And I think that one was worth it. There's a cool story behind that one, so I think that one made sense. But yeah, maybe if I could find Kyle Kirkwood, get him to autograph this car, that would be pretty neat. Ross was in such a hurry, I didn't really have time to talk to him. So it's not like he could have actually noticed that I made those cars. I said that I made them, but I don't think he was paying that close attention. He was like, I got to get back to my car, which I totally understand. I was able to snag him during practice. So, all right. That's pretty much that. Oh, no, it's not. We'll do these. We'll do these little decals. Should I do the Firestones in front? Oh, no. We'll do these. We got time. We still got time. Driver's side. One thing that I would like to do at some point would be to get Ryan Vargas to autograph this car. I know I showed this on the stream yesterday. I'd like to get my buddy to autograph the back windshield because this was his first top 10 as a pit crew member. And then I'd like Ryan to autograph the windshield. At some point, maybe I'll try to do that, but I'll have a video up on this car in a couple weeks. Because I put a lot of extra work into that one. Like the back windshield, I put extra... Come on, camera. Okay. So the back windshield, windscreen, the back glass, I put extra support bars in here because it was run at Daytona. So there were extra bracings in it. Then I also put this black line at the bottom of the shark fin because that's what it had on the real car. Same thing with this front glass. I added an extra brace there and an extra brace there because, again, Daytona, that's what they ran. The shark fin that goes down the back of the car, added this black at the base of it because that's what the real car had. And then we talked about this before, but I added the larger front splitter. I 3D printed that. And then I 3D printed this larger but skinnier rear spoiler for the Super Speedway package. So added a lot of extra detail to this car. And then finally, this extra valance that goes underneath the car. I added that as well. And I added the aero decals to the wheels, painted the lug nuts, added a Goodyear on top. So I really like this car. Put a lot of extra work into it. So yeah, I'd like to maybe get him to autograph it someday. But yeah. And also, one thing that's kind of annoying, a little bit annoying, is I forgot to bring water down here. So I am parched. Especially because I've been talking for the last hour and 45 minutes. Does the stream seem to be okay tonight? I mean, the camera thing is annoying and that keeps cutting in and out. But it seems like everything else is okay. Seems like it's pretty clear. And I haven't had any issues like with my computer thinking that it's on fire or anything like that. So I feel like the stream was okay. And I haven't been yelled at from YouTube that the bit rate's too high. I dropped it down to like 6,800 or 7,800 or something. And it seems to be going okay. So, yeah. Other than that, it's good. Okay, that's good to hear. I'm glad because yesterday was a little frustrating, but today has seemed to have gone a little bit better aside from the camera thing. Thank you, James. Like I said, I've been working on these things for many, many years, so I don't really add all of that detail most of the time. In fact, for most of the cars in my collection, I like them to be, if they're not a raced version, sorry, if they're not a raced version like this with all the confetti. Now, I didn't make this car, but my point is, if they're not a raced version with all the confetti on them, I try to get them as close to like pre-race look as I can, without doing a ton of extra. So like for this Jeff Gordon car, let's say, this one he ran at Atlanta, and I haven't done anything to this car yet, but since I want it to fit into my collection with most of my other Gordon cars, what my intentions are to do with it is add the roof cameras. I'll change the splitter to be yellow because on the real car the splitter was yellow. On the TV panel it was real touch flooring instead of PA.20 or PA24.com. So I'll change that, add these, and then change the splitter. Everything else will pretty much be exactly like it is on the car. I won't do any tire decals. I won't do any windshield tear-offs or anything like that. Oh, I'll probably add some tear-offs on that 6 car, by the way. But I won't do all of those things to this car because I try to keep all of like the Gordon ones to be pretty similar. The reason I'm putting so much detail into that 6 car is because it's like a one-off in my collection. There's really not another car like it, and so I wanted to add all the detail that I could to it. And the fact that my name's on it, so that's another reason why I wanted to add the detail. Speaking of detail, one thing that I missed as I'm looking at the reference pictures, these shapes here, actually they're down a little bit. They're cut on a little bit of an angle, so I'm gonna have to razor blade them off real quick. So this is actually closer to these vents, and they're on an angle. So I'll show you guys in a second. But yeah, I appreciate the kind words about the detail. I'm a pretty detail-oriented person, so I try to get things as right as I possibly can. So speaking of that, this needs a little bit of an angle. It's actually not quite the same angle that this vent is. It's actually a little bit shallower. So we'll just do this. Just something simple like that. All right, Braden, thanks for joining. I appreciate you being here, hanging out for a little bit. It was good to see you. Hope you have a good rest of your night. Same thing with this top one. It's a little shallow. So just something simple like that. And actually, I gotta move it down just a little bit more. A little bit closer. Glad Braden was able to join tonight. Hadn't seen him in a while. I don't think he joined yesterday. He might have just been lurking in the chat. But we'll throw that on like that. There we go. So that's right. So that's better. They're on just the slightest amount of angle. So we'll have to do that. We'll have to do that on the driver's side. Driver's side. Oh, camera might be going. Looks like we're frozen. And the camera's gone. But will it come back? Maybe, maybe, maybe. Oh, we're back. All right, so the same thing for the driver's side. We'll go back to the full screen. Those are also on a slight angle. I'm glad the paint scheme was a pretty simple one. So it's kind of like that, but a little bit shallower. So something like that. We'll add a little bit of softening solution back on it. Throw that in. Oh, and they lined up with the outsides of those vents. And then this side, do the same thing. Just on a little bit of an angle. Pretty shallow. Nothing too much. But yeah, there we go. So now those little elements are on there as well. They have a little bit of an angle to them. This thing's looking good. All right. So I'll add these around the this is going to be kind of hard to dry. Around the mirrors. Speaking of mirrors, you said you saw Casey mirrors. Yeah, this is going to be kind of difficult. We'll throw this inside piece on too. No. I dropped it in the decal settings solution. This might spell disaster for us. Maybe not. Alright, you're heading out too, James. Have a good night. Man, 10 o'clock, everybody's out. Almost 10 o'clock. Thanks for joining. I hope you have a good rest of your evening. We're dropping like flies at the end of the night. 86% of you guys have been to an aquarium, which is, what is that? 6 out of the 7. So, pretty neat. I might end up just painting these with a brush. It's probably what I'm going to end up doing. Just brushing on the red. Because that's the same red as this. Maybe I'll just do that. I think I'm going to. We're just going to do that, everybody. We're going to call an audible. 9:56. We didn't get to any tire decals. But I'm just going to paint them with a brush. And then I'll add the Firestones after. Because the Firestones, they go like right on the front side of this edge here. And they get pretty close to that. So I'll touch those up with a paintbrush first. And then after the fact, I'll put the decals over top. But yeah, so here we'll throw this on. Just to take a look at it. So we have the back wing. We have the front wing. So that looks more like an INDYCAR, huh? When you put this thing together like this, it looks awesome. I'm super excited about it. It's a 1/18th scale, so it's a little bit bigger than what I'm typically building. But yeah, this thing's awesome. I'm excited. I am excited. What a neat project. But I think 9:57, I think I'll just call it there. I'll do all the tire decals and stuff off stream. I'll do those off stream, pretty much all of this. So I'll get all that done, and then probably in a week or two, I'll have it cleared, put back together, and I'll make a video to it, a video about it, and I'll post it so you guys will all be able to see. So if you haven't checked out any of the latest videos, go check them out. Fridays was cool. Streamer Bitespeed reached out to me with a special project. That was fun to do. And then yeah, he said he's going to be making a video about it. So I will probably, I don't know, I might not go live for a little bit. I got some, looks like you're yeah, I'm finishing up. I'm about a minute and a half away from ending the stream. So I'm just trying to wrap everything up here. I'll probably, like I said, I'll decal the tires off stream. I'll decal some of these other things off stream to get them finished up, and then in about a week or two, I'll probably have a video out on this car. So yeah, other than that, there's really not much else to say other than thank you guys very much for joining. I appreciate you hanging out with me for a couple hours. With that being said, I hope you have a great rest of your evening and a happy Sunday tomorrow. Bye, everyone.